Alright, so this is how I had to spend my money. Well, had to buy 2 new tires, steer tires. I think this is Falcon brand, first time I ever had this brand. Then I did come back to the dealership to put on this after treatment control module. Cause the code kept coming back. And that is located right behind the driver's side tire. And then while I was here, they pointed some damn shit loud as hell. They pointed out some other shit. These 2 container filters. I forgot what the fuck these shits called. When I put these shits on a few months ago, they was polished in the motherfucker, chromed out like a motherfucker. Now they look rusted as hell. But there was a leak coming from one of these 2 shits, and the leak was melting off my whole fucking side panel on the passenger side. I was wondering what the fuck happened, because it was looking like somebody hit my shit, but I know nobody ain't hit my shit, because I was in my truck for like the past couple months straight. And they pulled that shot. Y'all should have seen that shit. I might see if I can go record that shit. The whole the inside of the fucking panel was way worse than the outside. The outside just looked like it was bent a little bit, and they was like, yeah, you missing some bolts. And I was like, how the fuck did some bolts come off that shit? Well, the shit got so damn hot that it melted the plastic and the bolts fell out. Yeah. But then my back lights wouldn't go out. First time I ever heard somebody whose lights won't turn off, but the lights on the back won't turn off unless you cut the power to the whole fucking truck. So we're gonna see about that shit. And they did put on some new mud flap and brackets, because the brackets was so damn old. Since this is a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia automatic, the shit was rusting apart. The whole thing was rusting from here. Matter of fact, I touched that shit and it crumbled for like a couple inches. I was like, hell nah, I got to change that shit. But they still got to check the leak. They did put on a fuel water separator filter, which is the filter in the dome underneath the hood. I had to order a new side panel. And yeah, they just gotta fix the lights and I should be good. Now let's go figure out how much this shit gonna cost. I know it's gonna cost an arm and a leg for all this. Alright, so I got the side panel on, but here's the problem. This is about a week later. Now the new side panel is melting too. Look at this shit right here. So apparently there is a leak, and it is probably coming from those I think DPF, BEF filters, the big drums that I had put on a few months ago by Petro. They might not have put them on correctly, and the shit is leaning to the side. The whole bolt shit fell out of place. So that means I gotta buy another fucking side step for this shit. And this time I had to pay full price, because the last one had a core charge of $400. This bitch was about $515. This shit is crazy. Back to the motherfucking dealership I go. And this type of shit y'all gonna have to deal with when y'all become a truck driver. Constantly fucking going back and forth to the motherfucking dealership. So look, when you come out of here and you decide to be a truck driver, and you want to get a truck, do yourself a favor and get a fucking glider kit truck, or a fucking truck that don't have depth or regen on it. Yeah, you're gonna have to shift some gears for the people who don't really like doing that shit, but it's better than going back and forth to the shop over some damn depth and regen. Because look, depth and regen is going to be the majority of your motherfucking breakdown on your truck. And when that shit go out, keep in mind that's like $15,000 to $21,000 just to get that shit fixed. And then for the people who delete it, which look, I'm all for deleting that shit. It costs like $3 to $5 grand to delete it. But the problem that comes with that is, once you go to a dealership and they find out it's been deleted, they're not even going to work on your truck until you get that shit fixed, and they're going to charge you fucking 15 grand to $21,000 just to fix it, and then fix the problem that you came to the shop for. And so most people who do that shit, everybody who delete that shit off any of their trucks always say that that shit was a good idea and their truck actually run better without the def and the regen. But they have personal mechanics that know their truck like the back of their hand, or they themselves work on their own truck. Because once you don't know what the fuck is wrong with your truck after you delete that shit, and you got to take it to the dealership and they find out, you're fucked. Or you goddamn you go to a shop and they tell you that only the dealer can fix the motherfucker, or only the dealer got the software program, or that part, or it's only some shit that the dealership do, then you're fucked. So might as well go get you a truck that got an old school engine in it, like a 60 series engine, and a Freightliner Columbia or something that don't got no def, no regen, like 2008 or some shit like that. And hell, they told me just to rebuild those old engines is only like $5 grand. You know how much it costs to rebuild these fucking new engines? Shit, I think like 15,000 up to 20-something thousand just to rebuild the engine. Shit, you better off buying a new engine, but a new engine might run you 30-40 grand or some shit. So keep that shit in mind before you come out here and decide you want to be a fucking truck driver, because you're gonna have some deep pockets, or you got to be really good with money and finances. But I'm out this motherfucker. Peace. All right, now let's see how much I had to kick out. So this was just for the tire part, $1,997.43. All right, then for temperature sensor, electrical wiring, probably was to fix the lights, $2,053.39. And then for the fuel filter, $199.34. Then they charged me $6.39 for shop supplies. Right. Alright, and then for, I'm guessing to put the after treatment control module on, was $1,174.34. Look like they might have changed some other stuff with it. And then for the mud flap and brackets was $327.11. Alright, for a total of $5,053.51. Alright, but it doesn't stop there. Alright, so the side step that had melted off was $515.63. And that's not with the, that doesn't even include the metal part that you step on. Luckily, the after treatment control module had a $400 core charge, which means I actually paid $143.99 for the side step. Then they charged me $73.60 just to put it on. So that was a grand total of $5,271.10. The funny thing about it is I just made like $4,500 that same week. So the majority of my money, well, all of my money went into that for to pay that shit, and it still wasn't enough. Sometimes your whole paycheck got to go into these motherfucking trucks. You got to be prepared like a motherfucker. But that's why I keep telling y'all, learn to invest in stocks and crypto. That shit will help balance that shit out. I did a call option for GameStop when it was like $100, and then it ran up to $140, and I made $12,000 when I did that. And of course, minus taxes is like 37%, so that leaves you with like 8,000 or some shit like that, somewhere along that line. But that shit helps with paying these high ass motherfucking bills when you go into these dealerships, and it also helps with fuel prices being high as shit. I don't know about y'all, but I'm losing like $900 to $1,200 in fuel every fucking week. This shit is not no motherfucking joke. You're gonna have to find another means of making money to help leverage this shit out. And then I'm probably still gonna have to go back into the motherfucking shop, cause I think my truck acting up again. But let me get the fuck up out of here. I gotta dip. Peace.